Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of Free Live Canes. As always, I am Chris. That's my name. It says it right here. Over there, that's Bill. And that's Steve-O. Look at that timing from Steve-O. CF Kane fan. We knew. Our fault. Our fault. Sorry about that. Everybody relaxed. Had a series of different things we had to get done. But we hopefully we didn't leave you guys hanging too much with, your desperate need to hear us talk about nonsense and silly things, and also Miami Hurricanes football. But we're back here, full strength, 3 Live Canes, all ready to talk to you guys about a lot of different stuff. We had new uniforms, kinda released the past couple of days. We had over the past 3 weeks, we've had like 47 different commitments that we're going to talk about a little bit. If you haven't been following Steve-O's highlights, that's really the best way to do it. Maybe just pause us, go watch all of those, spend a good 2.5 hours, cutting through all that tape, come back to us, whatever you got to do. NCAA video game is coming out soon. They're releasing rankings and everything for it. Steve-O, y'all fired up about that, Steve-O?
Yeah, I can't wait to play.
What are you going to get it on, Xbox or PS5, Steve-O?
Yeah, Xbox Series X.
I see. So we'll see. We have PS5. I wonder if we're able to play cross against Steve-O.
I would hope so. I definitely am gonna make content where we can do like a StreamYard session and just run it. And I just pre-record it just so I can cut out if I curse and stuff like that.
I don't think I would win, so I'm not gonna play. But I think Bill versus Steve-O, and I'll commentate over it. We'll take off the commentators, and I'll just handle the play-by-play and everything. Or we can even have a competition against the fans. Just have you guys
I'm
just
open it up. Yeah,
blast in the fans.
Once I get a chance, let's play. And we're gonna run Hurricanes versus Hurricanes, unless you're weird, you want to play with another team. But I get it. Trust me, it's cool. Hurricanes versus Hurricanes. you can be Georgia, you can be whatever. I'm starting Poffenbarger. And I'm running it up.
Does McCormick have to play right tackle?
Nah, I ain't gonna do all that.
I'll be blocking that on that edge for Poffenbarger, running that QB sweep. So that's going to be a lot of fun stuff for us here over the next couple of weeks, especially as the game gets released and everybody gets a chance to play it. We'll talk about that, some of the rankings. And all
I'll have it in 5 days. I got it pre-ordered, downloaded.
Oh, Steve-O dropped the extra 30 on it. All right, Steve-O.
Yeah, it was a gift. Shout out there. But yeah.
Very nice. Very nice. But besides all that fun stuff we'll talk about. Steve-O, how you doing today?
Well, you asked me for Bill. I was ready for that.
You were just talking. I feel bad. I cut you off, and then I was going to go to Bill because look how excited Bill looks. But Steve-O,
I'm doing good. We went on a good little spree of commitments since last time you seen us. 3 top 100 kids have committed to Miami. You're talking about probably my favorite out of all those. I'm biased. Hilton Drake Stubbs, safety out of Mandarin, a 4-star safety on Rivals, who I work for. He's a top 30 talent. I think that's the best evaluation out of anybody recruiter service, because I've seen Drake up and close for a while. He plays with us in Raw. He's definitely, I've said it without hesitation that he was the best safety in the class multiple times. And that was when he committed to USC and everything was going on. That's when Florida was trying to get him, and he was all Florida for a long time. He grew up a Florida fan, has a brother that played at Florida State, and Miami just came in and crushed it. Shout out to Coach Chevis Jackson. I think he did an excellent job. I think you could put this as his first whale. It was a group effort, and it was a big thing, but I would say you could put this as his first whale, and he's hitting the ground running, recruiting at Miami.
Very good. And Bill, how we doing?
I'm doing good. It feels good to be back. I just saw Brian's comment about the PS5. I actually bought it yesterday. Had it delivered from Target same day for $10. That was pretty sweet. They didn't even put it in a bag. She just walked up and handed me the box of PS5. It was weird. But I had the dilemma today when I was setting it up if I wanted to spend the extra $30 to get it, 3 days early. I declined. But now knowing Steve-O has a 3-day advantage, I might have to change it in practice. But
it's 3 days on you. Steve-O's going to use it. Steve-O's going to have his new custom playbook already set, ready to roll if you wait those 3 days.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely get a crack at it. But everything's been going on. I haven't been able to get my little brother to the park more, so you might have a little grace period, Bill, just a little one, because I'm definitely playing Road to Glory. That's what I care about. Yeah, dog, I'm about to go I'm about to go tear Michael Irvin's record up, and then Amon Richards' record up. You feel me? Like, yeah, that's what I'm going for.
Steve, would you crate yourself?
Yeah, you always gotta do yourself first, dog. And you gotta make sure the stat right. You feel me? Back then, you could do the high ankle tape, which was basically up to your calves, had you drippy. One thing I hope they change, bro. Like I know it's such a minute detail, but it's been nothing but minute details about the NCAA game that's been out there on Twitter and stuff. But I hope after your freshman year as a skill position player, you get to do during your freshman year, you get to do punt return, you get to do kick return. After that, you know, I win the Heisman like as a freshman every year, and then because all you can do, you can call for the ball. It's lit. I'm going off script. I'm going as soon as I see what coverage are. I'm going off script. I'm getting that ball. I'm pressing A. 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 Like Favy. But one minute detail is they take you off special teams as for the rest, and I'm like, okay, I'm a 3 and done dude. I know that, but like, bro, let me get back a return my sophomore and junior. But I hope they change that because that irks me. I low key stopped players after my freshman year is over with because it's just like, damn, bro, the best part of Road to Glory is you back there at punt return.
Like a young Roscoe Parrish back there.
Exactly, getting jiggy.
All right, but I mean, I think there's a lot more to talk about with this potential game conversation. How we're going to set our road to glories up and what we're going to do with that. CF Kane fan has a question about old school linebackers that I'll get to here in a second. But we appreciate you guys tuning back in with us here on a Wednesday night, talking some football on 3 Live Canes.
This is for the national championship for Nebraska.
He's a stud, that Brown, number 98.
Irvin's got it. Irvin's free.
Slips to the outside, tries to stiff arm, but he couldn't get by Ray Lewis.
Big time players. Step up in big game.
Hard dog. Don't ask me for more. Hell no. Husker up to the races. That's what they needed.
That's Ricks going up for Thorpe, and it's intercepted near midfield. Sean Taylor's got another one.
Who else?
Who else but Sean? Who else but us here on a Wednesday night? Ducks and Miami Hurricanes football with you guys. And again, like we said, the NCAA game, the new uniforms, the bevy of commitments that we've had. And we'll go through all of those names that we didn't get a chance to talk about here amongst ourselves and have a nice little conversation. But we're going to do quite a little bit here, quite a little bit of information. So a lot of stuff to get to. I want to hit first. CF Kane fan has a comment here about some old school linebackers, and you know I'm a sucker for these old school conversations and the ranking guys and all that kind of stuff. So if you guys could indulge me for a second, he says, Chris, you tried last week, allow me to present it tonight. Rank these linebackers: Rohan Marley, Michael Barrow, Jesse Armstead, Darren Smith, and Dan Morgan. So do you guys want to take a shot at it before I go with mine, which is the absolute unanswer?
I mean, I think it's unquestioned that Dan Morgan is number one.
Yeah, he was number one. All right. Yeah. All right, bet. We're good there. Damn. I would probably put Barrow after.
Okay.
Because I used to see his big hits all the time on YouTube.
Morgan, Barrow, Armstead, Smith, Marley.
Yeah, I feel bad playing Marley last hour. That dude's the nicest person you ever run into in that practice. You can't. And he had the sexiest number. I'm not gonna lie. Rocking the deuce, got it. You can't go be last place. We're gonna have to rearrange it. Somebody's gonna have to jump in the last place.
Okay. And Rohan Marley, who friend of the show, a guy that has watched the show, a guy that will just reach out to us randomly on Twitter just to say hi. It's kind of funny.
Nice to do you and me.
Great dude. I would go. I think it's obvious that Dan Morgan is number one. I mean, he's the best linebacker, arguably the best defensive player in Miami history, especially with the accolades and everything. I mean, it's a very small list up there at the top.
It's like 4, right?
Yeah, it's like there's only so many. More. Yeah, that's way up, way up there on that list. It's Dan, it's Jerome, it's Ed, and then
Sean.
Sean's there. It's
what do you mean Sean's there?
Ed being up there, doing it for 4 years.
Yeah, I feel you.
But Sean's like if Sean's like the 6th best player ever, Ed's up there is like 1, 2, 3, 4, or whatever, however we want to like rank it. But but Sean's right there too. But Dan Morgan's number 1. He's the best for sure. Barrow's probably next on that list. Again, just accolades, like All-American. I think he was like one of the main finalists for the awards. But I love Darren Smith. Darren Smith, 2-time first-team All-American. Miami didn't have a ton of those, and he was one of those guys that did it. Jesse Armstead after them, and then Rohan has to be last, sadly. But I mean, I actually in my all-time Miami linebacker rankings, I have Rohan Marley as the 20th best linebacker. Which from Miami, I know it sounds bad, but from Miami, like that's pretty good. Like Beeson is 17th. Damn. So if Beeson's 17th, like 20 is not so bad. You know what I mean? So you guys want me to rattle off my top 20? Now that I'm all excited about it.
I'm low key like, how is Beeson so damn low? Just, yeah, but and then probably another time, but it's still, I guess. I mean, you got to review that list because I don't think we have any other, unless Glenn Cook is higher than Beeson. I don't think we don't got no Broward linebackers up there, bro. We gonna have to give Beeson a bump, fam.
There's got to be someone else from Broward up there somewhere.
At linebacker, I don't know.
I'd have to go back to like what high schools those guys went to.
And then Dan, you feel me? But Dan was an import. I ain't gonna lie.
Just to clarify, this is like college only.
Only college, yeah.
Proud Cat Dad said Colin McCarthy, who is my type of generation linebacker. I'm not gonna lie, that was my era coming up as a kid watching. 44 was about it. Yeah, definitely about that.
Yeah, Colin McCarthy, good player. A lot of guys. I mean, DJ's got to be up there. Sean Spence is up there above him. Nate Webster's up there above him. Bernard Clark, Winston Moss. It's like a lot of dudes. Vilma, a lot of dudes. But I mean, hey, better the 20th best linebacker of Miami is the best linebacker at probably 70 Division I schools. So not too bad. Not too bad. But anyway, yeah, keep throwing that stuff out. It's always good. Always good to see that kind of thing. Is Morgan over Ray as a college player? Yeah. Have to be. And Ray's, Ray's 2, but Dan Morgan is Dan Morgan. Different animal in terms of college play. But, speaking of different animals, we're going to get, it seems like we're loading up with guys that have that potential to be to maybe one of the best of, and certainly of this generation with how things have been playing out over the past, 3 weeks or so. And Dennis Smith, coining the term 10 days of madness, coming up and how it's going to be like another, and it's going to continue rolling on here in the near future. I know that he was posting some interesting things earlier today too about crystal balls. Yeah. Crystal balls that people think are going in a different direction. May not. So, but that's that when you're feeling it and you're on a heater, like the Miami coaching staff is right now, when it comes to recruiting, it'll just keep on rolling. So before we get player to player, just in general, Steve-O, thoughts on how these last few weeks have unfolded for Miami's recruiting.
I mean, you've secured a top tier corner from Broward County in Chris Ewald Jr. Something that we've struggled to get the top corners out of this very, very particular county, which has pissed me off for a long time. You get the best one, if borderline the best one down here. I do think the one we're going after as well, Ben Hanks, can argue with that. They're both extremely good man corners. Very fits the defense we want to run. But then you get a safety like Drake we just talked about. And then I get, we have, a good amount of offensive linemen committed now with 5. But I mean, you have to turn your attention to SJ, a top 100 kid, no matter what site you looked at. Interior offensive lineman. Obviously, he came because he knows what we can do. We, as in Mario and Coach Mirabal and the rest of them boys, can do with Pacific West Islanders. He's Polynesian. He plays with that thing. The picture with him and Francis, it's iconic. It was flowing everywhere. The Usos are out here. Coach Joe definitely had to help at some capacity. It doesn't matter if you play O-line, D-line, receiver. If you're a Polynesian, I know we got him in there. So very excited about that because, I mean, center is a position we have not recruited the best in the nation at. I can't remember the last one, and so to get pretty much, in my opinion, the best center in the nation or the best center prospect in the nation, plays a lot of guard at Bishop Gorman. He's so well coached too, bro. Ah, man, that's a huge pickup, man. He might have to play early because I mean Carpenter's about to exhaust his eligibility. We had Matt Lee the year before that, so we really haven't had like a young guy you're excited about at center. So that's big for me.
Yeah, certainly not a blue chipper like that too. So, but before we get to the individuals again, Bill, like big picture, look at how the last couple weeks have gone.
Yeah, very well. But this is something that we talked about, right? We know the early signing days moved up a couple weeks, and that eliminated some of that those last minute flips, and I think a lot of schools are looking to kind of fill up majority of their class pretty much by the end of this month, and that's how it's looking. I think there's another like 6 or 7 guys that we have a legit chance with coming off the board. So it's pretty much they've maybe missed one here or there, but overall they've pretty much landed what they wanted. And these mentioned that 10 days of madness coming up, and I have a feeling we're probably gonna vault up the rankings a little bit more.
And Bill, I remember you talking about something a while ago, but it was like a stat regarding guys that commit like at some point in the summer and how like their likelihood of sticking with with the early signing. I know it was a pretty heavy number.
Yeah. I think it was like
70%.
70-80% around there.
So I mean,
and that's probably that percentage is probably gonna rise too with the early signing day moving, because we kind of saw that's when a lot of those flips happened was the first couple weeks of December leading up to that time, and calendar shifting. It's not going to be like that, like with visits and things like that going on with the season and the playoffs and the portal. So it's a unique time. We're going to see how we meaning Mario and his staff navigate it, but I think they're doing the right thing, and they're locking up bunch of blue chippers, and then they're going to go big game hunting the rest of the year, especially with a good season.
Yeah, we have 17 guys committed right now. That's pretty much the bulk, if not like 3/4 of the class. So you could probably think about maybe another 8 to 10. If they're a blue chip, I'm always going to find space. So you could say comfortably up to like 10, maybe 30 if you want to sign.
Right.
But it definitely, like Gavin Nix, the linebacker from IMG, bro, he looks like a Greek god, like a statue of like a Greek god. You've never seen like an out of shape Greek god, bro. Like, he is built different. Like, honestly, he really is built different. He's a headhunter. He's a 6'1", 215, 4'4" type of linebacker, bro. That's not something we're used to getting at the position, bro. Like the linebacker recruiting, I think it's gotten better. I like Popo. I'm super excited about him. I was excited about Pulliam. He's on now, but there's been guys that we've gotten, but are they freaks though? Bobby's a freak. You know what I'm saying? They're molding him into a linebacker. Like Nix is a freak. We molding him. Like there's a lot of freaks now getting into that room. Hayes is a freak. Like it's Popo. He's up there. Like it's starting to look different. I'm super excited to get a guy like Nix to throw him into that linebacker room, bro. Because some of these guys. It's going to be a battle, bro. When Kiko gone next year, my G, and I expect Wesley to have the type of year where he can go. It's going to be 2 spots up for grabs, in my opinion.
And, one quick point, we're talking about class size. So I just pulled up kind of the top 10, right? So Ohio State 23 commits, Bama 20, Georgia 19, Oregon 16, Notre Dame 21, LSU 15, A&M 18, Oklahoma 21, Penn State 22, us 17. A lot of large classes. It's not. I feel like it's not like past years where there's some variance where maybe typically Bama would have like 7 commits at this point, and then they would finish strong. So I think everyone's kind of doing has the same mindset with this early signing day change.
Yeah, and thinking back over the past couple of years, I remember 2 years ago with Francis, it was that like the big moment in the summer, like that's what we're kind of waiting for, like that one big like domino to fall, and like we're excited about it. We got a couple others, but it wasn't like this, a series of like a string of commitments. And last year, a lot of the big fish jumped in later in the process. So to be where we are now, where you have a bunch of these big fish already sitting in the boat, and then you're going out there and using those guys. And the guys have said, a couple of guys that have interviewed, they want to be leaders of the class. They want to go out and recruit more guys, and they're looking for more dudes. And this is the kind of turnaround in terms of recruiting, like, or this is maybe like another facet of that step to getting to be where it needs to be. And then you're looking at a season where you could have a really big season with a new quarterback and all that kind of stuff. So this could be that domino, that momentum builder as we see. But, like we're getting into the guys. So let's break it in. Let's really get deep into it. Gavin Nix is, as Steve-O said, he's one of two linebackers that have committed over the past, 3 weeks or so since we really had a chance to come on here and talk in depth about him. But Gavin Nix, like Steve-O said, 6 foot, 225 out of IMG. And a guy who's ready to play. We're talking about a guy that hasn't played his senior season yet, but he looks like he's ready to go strap it up for a real college football team. What kind of player is Gavin Nix, Steve-O? Like, he has the build of it. He looks the part, but what kind of player are we talking about?
Sideline to sideline. He's a run stuffer for sure. But I like his feet in coverage, bro. He doesn't have, we call him, like center block feet. Like he's moving around. He understands concepts. He's squeezing, he's pushing, he's passing on to the next guy, not just allowing a guy, he's plastering while he's in his zone, not allowing a guy to just, sit down and get a quick, easy throw for our completion. So he's really good all around, to be honest with you. I've watched the film, and I've seen him live. I've seen him live a couple of times. I've seen IMG game, I've seen him versus Central, I've seen him a bunch of stuff. He's a thumper, bro. Like, he's legit a thumper. And then that linebacker we talked about, you just mentioned, Ezekiel Marcellin, that's EJ, plays with Raw. He's 6'1", 215, high 4.4s, low 4.5s, like smacking. Like, I feel like that's a big one. If you watch that Bishop Gorman game versus Miami Central, see how much times EJ and met Lofton, and see how much times he ain't come out of there, holding his own, if not, knocking. That's some impressive tape. If you watch EJ, bro, I understand he's a 3-star on 2 sites, he's a 4-star on 2 other sites, and people just really care about that. Like, dog, he wears, look at his number, he plays at Miami Central, bro. Like, think about it. Think about it. There's a lot of guys that wear that 17 out of there that we like.
That was like part of the talk right away, like, oh, 3-star, right? And then, that was before you got Nix, obviously, because it was early in this like 3-week run that we've had. But Marcellin seems to be a guy who, 3-star South Florida is a high 4-star in a lot of other places around the country. That you'd rather get our guys that are 3 stars than the guys that play in other places.
He is legit fast. Like, I'm telling you right now, legit fast. Like, he can keep up with receivers and DBs on Raw. Like, he legit can. Like, he's just naturally fast, bro. Like, he's a physical freak, funniest kid you ever meet. He's gonna have an NIL deal with Cheez-Its. He loves Cheez-Its. So it's very, very, very cool kid, bro. Like, literally a blanket tied around him, like as a cape of Cheez-It. We call him Cheez-It Man. But like he's definitely
what kind of Cheez-Its? The traditional
OG red box regular, like we have pictures like right now with this boy modeling with Cheez-Its box. We just ready for that boy to hit hit college. But he's a character, and he's great, to be honest with you. I really think because now you have to realize you have Gavin Nix, who's a certified blue chipper. You have Elijah Melendez, certified blue chipper, one of the top linebackers in the nation. You bring those two together, and then you bring in a guy with legit Dade County speed, can run up and down with receivers, running backs, whatever you can. Like, legit, he is fast. He's definitely the fastest of the 3 at linebacker. So you bring in 3 of those guys, bro, and it's teach them how to headhunt, bro. It's over with. This is linebacker recruiting. If you want to play and make the 12-team playoff, and you want to, because let's just say we don't host a playoff game, and or not even if you host a playoff game, you have to still play 3, or you have 3 to get it. So I mean, bro, you got to be deep at linebacker, bro. This is about to be a different story. Like, depth is about to be even more critical. Even with the transfer portal always sapping you, the best thing you can do is identify freshmen, and once they're there, they're there. So if they got to play, in that 12-team playoff, you might as well have the best freshman linebacker you could put out there. So I'm digging the recruiting.
All right. Bill, thoughts on the linebacker group?
Yeah, starting with Nix. He started some as a sophomore at IMG, which is very difficult to do. You got to not only be physically develop, but also mentally as well. And then thinking about Marcellin. Thinking about just looking at his offer list, right? He had Louisville, Penn State, right? That two types of programs where you kind of see those, South Florida guys pop up, and then, it's, oh, how did he get there? And then he also had an official visit to Stanford. So I think that kind of speaks to the IQ. Steve was talking about, he's a great kid and everything. So when you combine, those, physical tools with, high IQ, that's what you're looking for. And, Steve just kind of rattled off all the linebacker commits. I've been very vocal in the past about our linebacker or lack thereof recruiting, trying to turn high school edges into off-ball linebackers, and that the adjustment just wasn't there. But we're recruiting, legit, guys that can come in day one, high-level college football and play the linebacker position. So I'm excited about this class. I think they each kind of bring something a little different. There's a diversity of skill set in there, but they're all smart and physical, and that's a great starting point for your linebacker class.
Yeah, there's a lot worse skills to come in with smart physical day one. Yeah, that tends to play well when you get to the college level. So the idea of having depth, and I know Spo One Worrell, he just mentioned it too, like the idea that depth is there, at the defensive side of the ball. At a position that, linebacker, over the past, 4 years or however long we've been doing this show, like there's been a lot of times we talked about linebacker where we're like, well, like we were
injury away from being in trouble.
Just disaster, right? And like now it's not looking like that, because it looks like we have some guys that can go out there and really do some special things here in the near future. And then moving down to one spot over to the edge spot, just a couple days before Gavin next committed, we got Herbert Scroggins to commit. 6'2", 235 edge rusher. Like bulking up a position where you need to have, speaking of like rotations, you need to have a lot of guys that could go out there and make plays. So Bill, I'll go to you first, Bill, with Scroggins. Thoughts on him?
Yeah, first thought is that, this is a guy that Jason Taylor, Hall of Fame Jason Taylor, really wanted. So, you're not really questioning that. But they've been on him for, a little while. I know Auburn, was kind of the favorite too. So it's a great, early eval. I think he's a guy that's going to, continue to blow up as well. I know he plays basketball. So you see the footwork, but you kind of see what they're looking for kind of in that jack kind of position. Kind of, I know Ruben Bain's kind of the freak, but, we have some other guys there. Kind of see the body type as well, especially with the linebacker that we just, converted to DN, in the spring, who's, getting some rave reviews there. Even got drafted in our fantasy draft, a couple months ago. So, big time player on the edge. And, I think edge is the one position, or one of the many positions, right, where we don't really, have concerns there, because we've just been loading up. So we don't got to depend on him early, but he's a guy that may come in and be able to contribute.
He's a great pass rusher, and I think he gives us versatility because he could play 34 outside linebacker. So he has a lot of that on tape. He could be a stand-up edge rusher. We're stacking. He's basically what we took in as a player skill set as we took in with Malik Bryant out of Jones, 2 cycles ago. So that Viper Jack position, whatever they want to call it, we got a mold for that. We like that 6'2", 6'3" type of guy, a guy who could play off ball but big enough to hold his own down there in the paint. So I think that sweet spot with those guys being around 245, 250, being able to do what they do is great to see. I love his tape, to be honest with you. He was going to Auburn, is what they said, and we went over there and big boyed that. So he was definitely an SEC type. So great to see about that. And I mean, damn, we're going across position. We went on, we talked about the linebacker room, it was blue chips, then the DB room, bro. I love it. I love getting Ewald and Drake, bro. That's lovely.
Yeah, the DB room, like you might argue like 3-star, 4-star, a couple of different spots, but you're not arguing like these guys are legit high 4-star players like across the board. Stubbs, Wallace, Ewald, all consensus 4 stars.
Yeah, we got Stubbs and Ewald that are top 50 players, at least on our site. Like they're top 50 easily. Like Ewald was a top 15 player in the country on Rivals till like a little bit ago when they started putting all the linemen and D linemen up front. That's just how it goes. There's like 20 offensive and defensive linemen and like the top some, and then you have like the big time receivers and quarterbacks. But elite talent. I mean, we went to Jacksonville, got the best defensive back in like that part of the state. And we went down here and secured finally a blue chip Broward County corner, back-to-back cycles. Because Damari, you see what happens when you get one of them type of guys? They could play early, bro. That's what Damari came in and showed he's ready to go. He's probably going to start this year. These are the type of kids you can't see just leave and leave and leave and leave and leave. Super happy we got Ewald to pop.
All right, Steve, I want to talk about Ewald specifically because, I mean, I think the first time I heard his name was probably like 2.5 years ago or something when you said, hey, this is like you were the guy. Like, this is the guy we need to get. He was a young kid at that point.
I'll walk you through it. It was his freshman year. He's rocking 22. He was guarding Ray, and Ray went 1 for 5. And then the one he caught, Ewald tipped it, and Ray caught it out the air. I was like, who the hell is that kid? They're like, oh, that's Chris Ewald. I was like, oh, I know. His dad's a good coach. Okay, I get it. He coaches with DEFCON. And I was like, okay, that's his son. They've been saying something about him. Okay. I just never seen him in person. I heard a little bit about him. Then I seen that game. I was like, oh yeah, he fast, he fluid, he this, he that. And then I just see him do it over. He's about to be a 4-year starter at Chaminade. That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah. 4-year starter at Chaminade at skill position. And I could name off the top of my head like 5 that have gone. I mean, freaking. Bro, Turner, bro, Zaquan, we took there's like 10. I can name 10 like Power 5 DBs at last 5 years and stuff, and that have not started since they're like freshman year, or even got recruited to Chaminade at that young.
Right. So like, what specifically does he do that's going to separate him and put him in that category?
His man coverage is elite, and it's because his same, like very, very similar skill set to Daryl Porter. Footwork, they're not going to be out of position. They're always in great position because at the line of scrimmage, all that, it does not affect them, bro. They have really, really silky smooth footwork. And it's not just at the line of scrimmage, it's at the top of the route. When receivers are trying to create separation, bro, it only takes them one step, this step, bro. Like, I'm telling you right now, this the footwork, bro. Man coverage skills. He's going to put on a little weight like DP did, and then he really broke out. Because now you look at Daryl Porter, and besides him just being a stupid lockdown and coverage, bro, he's one of our best open field tacklers. You could think about the Texas A&M tackle, you think about the Georgia Tech tackle, even though you don't want to think about it, but it's a lot of one-on-one tackles. I think Daryl Porter was like one of the best tackling graded corners in the ACC. Like you need to put on a little bit of that weight, but the man coverage upside is there immediately. He could stick some of these guys. I mean, he practiced against Jeremiah Smith, Kyle Washington, and JoJo Trader every day in practice. Now he's practicing against Kobe Howard, 4-star Kobe Howard, 5-star Jabari Brady, pretty much 5-star Denarius Gray, 4-star J-Rock, and they're stupid over that. And I'm missing some. And then Kyle too, of another 4-star, bro. Like he's going against them in practice every single day. And you don't hear nothing out of the ordinary. It's just straight. Chris. That's Chris. He won the rep. Yeah, it's hard to beat him. Yeah, it's one-on-ones. It's hard to beat Chris. And it's just like that's not something you hear when it comes to like one-on-ones, bro. That's something that's so favored towards offensive players. It's just he's really, really smooth.
And you add him to a group with Amari Wallace, another central defensive back, a chance to get him.
That's the hardest soul of our defense, dog.
The more you're able to get these guys, like you said, Steve-O, you can keep them home and do the right thing with them. Like it's only going to build on it. And then like Stubbs and like the love you see for Stubbs, I think, and Bill, I'll go to you first, but like, I think universal, like thrilled. No one has said a bad word about the player Stubbs is. Like, I think he may be as like people as positive about Stubbs as just about any recruit I've seen like recently. Like everyone thinks Stubbs is going to be a monster. I haven't seen one person throw any shaded out there. What do you like about Stubbs?
That he's really, really good at playing safety.
That helps.
Yeah, he's I think kind of safety recruiting, right? We got Zaquan last year. He was a big pickup. Kind of follow that up, with probably like Steve was saying, probably the best safety in the country. But there's no like weak spot in his game. He's got the size, got physicality, got range, got speed, got IQ. So there's a reason why I think he's a 97 on the composite. Let me just double check that as I'm talking here. He's at 97. And in Blasphemy, they have him as the 5th best safety, but number 52 player in the country. So even at that, probably underrated.
We have him at 27 on Rivals. Like, bro, he's definitely underrated.
So he's again, if there's going to be safety snaps going around, Zaquan's probably going to have a spot locked up, but there's going to be some attrition. There's going to be some playing time. He's going to be on the field. He's too good not to be. Even if he is the whale of the class, that is a damn good whale to have. Even if we don't get a guy, ranked higher than him, going forward.
Yeah, and like with how the safety position is, we brought talent in there for the year. Like Zaquan obviously is going to be a long-term option and long-term answer, but Mish and like those kind of guys, that could be one. He's going to go to the NFL, so you need another guy that can step in and back-to-back years with a starting freshman at safety. That's a position where you can get away with it. The guy's elite, and obviously Stubbs is that kind of player. But the question that's flowed out a little bit here.
Stupid range. Our first time meeting him because he didn't play with us until last year to like the finals. And Polkway's telling us he's been telling us about him. Like, yo, we call him Drake, bro. He's lit. Telling us that, bro. First game, bro. Man, get off the hash. Just book this one-handed interception, bro. Get over to the sideline, bro. I got the stickies. I was like, oh, yeah, that's my dog. And then I was going like that with a glove. I was like, yeah, that's my dog. He lit. He needed to be a cane. And every time I see him, bro, he's always catching interceptions, bro. He played Monarch, and they had a quarterback. Miami, was flirting with a while ago. Last year, AJ. They played Monarch, bro. He picked them off twice, bro. And it's hard to pick AJ off, bro. It's crazy the amount of he covered 17 yards and then dove to intercept a slant. Like a slant. That if you see this on his highlight tape, bro, go watch my review, bro. He's gonna come from 15 yards off the ball to dive and intercept a slant on the RPO. It's the most insane thing ever, bro. I'm telling you, the range is impeccable with Drake. He's gonna play early immediately because he's gonna start on special teams for sure. He's you want somebody 6'2", 195 running a 4.4 on kickoff. It's just gonna happen. But that's gonna be special. I'm super excited. And you talk about Mari. Oh my God, bro. Raw to the U. Hopefully some more to come. But man, Mari, that's crazy. We literally I can't think about another safety class this lit, bro. You get Mari who started at bro. Yeah, he's been starting at Central since he's a freshman, dog. That's crazy. Literally, Mari and Ewald, the two prodigies, one from Day, one from Broward, and everybody's known that they were going to be so good for so long. Even Alonzo Highsmith, shout out Amari for him doing it since his freshman year on Twitter, bro. Oh my God, this is a euphoria right now. Just thinking about this, it's all just hitting me. There's been a lot going on these last few weeks. I've just been pumping out reviews and going back in my little bubble. Now just thinking about it, talking about it. Really, damn, we on a roll.
And the beauty of it, Steve-O, I've been Dade and Broward coming together, reunited again. What a beautiful moment.
Yeah, bro. Like getting Mari, bro. That's my mom's favorite commit to class. Like, bro, it's big time.
Yeah, these are guys that again, you want to get guys that can go out there and play, guys that provide immediate depth, guys that can make big plays. And there are still dudes, though. There are still dudes. Like, CF Cane fan, do you think Pickett is a lock? I mean, this DB class is looking great, but could be greater. Could be greater. I think it's what, July 17th, if Bill's date's accurate there. So, I mean, we're what, 7 days away? Hey, Wednesday. Love to see it.
yeah. That's gonna be that's gonna be a great show regardless. But the chat's gonna be on fire either way.
I mean, what would adding a Pickett to this group of DBs be? Like, what is that? What like your excitement now is? You said euphoric, right? You add a Pickett to that. How's that look?
Think about
Thesaurus.
Yeah, think about offensive line 2 years ago. Think about defensive line last year. Where we could puff out our chest and legitimate say, "Hey, we have the best this position group class in the country." You already got Stubbs, you got Wallace, you got Ewald. You have a shot with Pickett. Jabari Antoine from Louisiana is looking like we're in a very good spot. There's a good chance we can bring in 6-7 blue chippers in the defensive backfield in this class.
I mean, and
loaded, dog, loaded, bro. If we can land a Pickett, and we're still going after one more corner, regardless of Pickett's decision. But that defensive back class would be probably the best we've had in at least like 10 years.
Oh shoot! Now we gotta go back and find it, like what it would be like. Yeah, 4-7 Miami.
What like well, I don't even know like
Who else was in Kenny Phillips's class?
Oh Jesus!
I'm trying
that
to
was
think.
more than 10 years ago.
Yeah, it's a long time ago.
I'm trying
Like
to think.
what? Like I'm talking like Vaughn Telemack and like Ray Armstrong, like in this like that era. Like I didn't, even though they weren't. It was because Redwine didn't come in as a safety. He was a big corner. Were they Rayshawn Jenkins and Jamal Carter coming the same time? I know they started together. I don't know, bro.
I think whoever like the best like recruiting, like by recruiting rankings classes, probably isn't going to be the best class we've had, just because we've had so many, busts and underperforming, the last 20 something years. So, but I can't think of a time where we were like, hey, our DB class was loaded. Maybe we got like a guy or two, but
Deion Bush and Tracy Howard came together. I mean, that's not really. Yeah, it's the best.
No. That was epic to get Deion Bush. I got a ticket. Hold on, that's crazy.
Got a ticket.
Speeding, epic.
Yeah, I mean, just in terms of like corners, we really haven't had much success, right? Artie Burns, right? Post 2005, 6, whenever Kelly Jennings went in the first round.
Yeah, 2006, Kelly. 05, 06.
Yeah, dog. It's crazy. I miss these days when they used to print out the tickets. That's Tracy Howard. This is probably not the best ticket. This the Clemson game. This is our funeral. But I was there 2015. Yeah, dog. And then Deion Bush, we smacked VT this one. But yeah, dog. Definitely those was huge ones. But I missed these tickets. I was just going through these the other day. I missed like the printed tickets with the players on them. Used to go stupid hard, bro. I got a Kaya back there, and we lost that game. But the Virginia uniforms we used the military ones. They were so fire.
Yeah, not having like legit tickets is a weird, like very frustrating thing about modern sports. Like you wanted to have those tickets, and you just put them somewhere and like keep them, and yeah, it's dumb. Damn internet. But anyway, so the idea of getting a class like that, obviously, it's ridiculous, right? So how much, if we get one or two more, then we're talking about something really special. But again, like if we're talking about how things have gone recently, like the offensive line recruiting so far was interesting. We're getting a lot of guys that, big bodies, big potential, all that. Max Buchanan kind of added on that list, but a guy with a little bit more in terms of like widespread pedigree. People talked about him a lot more, higher end guy than obviously Ala Fatuli. Like now we're getting the elite, right? So you add a guy like that. I mean, obviously we talked about it before with like the USO and all that stuff, but offensive line recruiting. Now we have a lot of development guys, size guys. How many more do you think we add on the offensive line group? Because we're 5 deep already.
Yeah, I mean,
there's only one name I could think of.
Yeah, that's the kid from Georgia. Is like Cortez Smith. Yeah, maybe him, and maybe you add one, and you kind of see how the senior development goes on some others. Mm-hmm. But I think kind of big picture, you look at what Cristobal and Mirabal have done with their offensive line classes in the past. It's a lot of development. They'll get a blue chipper, one or two here or there, right? But their work is mostly done with those 3 stars developmental type guys that they're able to mold over like 2 or 3 years. You look at those Oregon lines. Panay Sewell gets all the attention, and rightfully so. But there's 4 other guys on that line, and I don't. Maybe one was higher ranked, but I know the majority of that line was developmental type guys.
Yeah, Cortez Smith, July 20th commitment.
That's another one because Jabari Anton also commits on the 20th. 4-star cornerback who just decommitted from LSU a couple weeks ago. That's Coach D trained. That's Dennis Smith's neck of the woods, Coach Gidry's neck of the woods. That would be a stupid haul for us to go over there and get him. He's great in man coverage. I've seen him only twice because we didn't really play SFE this year, or we didn't play him at all. He plays for SFE. Yeah, he's pretty nice. I ain't gonna lie. It's between us and Florida State. I would love to just stick it to Florida State. Like, who do you think you are going into Louisiana and getting a blue chipper that's not going to LSU no more? That's us. That's our job. So, nah, get out of there. So it'll be nice to beat them on the trail, to be honest with you. And that's a huge recruitment because that's another corner. And we're talking about that damn defensive backfield. Like, we get Pickett, we get Jabari, we get, you got Ewald already. You're in it. You're all in on Ben Hanks. Everything you hear about is, hey, we're all in on Ben Hanks. That, trust me, I told you to get it. Another rock compadre. That's our secondary was so stupid. Amari, Drake, Ben, and Bryce, who we're obviously going after. But this defensive back class, just thinking about it now, that I really thought about how we actually have a really good chance for Anton. Wow, this might be one of the best defensive back classes that we've signed in a long time.
Yeah. I think 10 years might have been undershooting it, Steve-O. I think
Yeah,
we're going way back now. Way back.
Yeah, and it's like sometimes you get a 3-star, you're always like, yeah, this is a really good guy that we could, really develop and stuff. And I feel that way with Merritt. I think he can play 6 positions and he's fast and he's big. So I definitely don't even view him as like a weak link in a room full of 4 or 5-star guys. Like this could really be like an epic defensive back class. Like, I mean, you sign best corner in Broward, best corner in Dade. You get, you sign best corner in Louisiana. Like that's just what the hell? Then you sign the best corner or defensive back in the state, and then Pickett. So you're just like, whoa. That's a lot of. He was number ones going to that one room. So that's nice to see.
Yeah, it's looking like something really special is building, and we got these 10 days coming up now. These 10 days coming up with all those guys committing. That 10th day would be the 20th. So if we're talking about builds,
I hope his math is wrong because Vernell Brown commits on the 21st. So I just hope D Train just meant to tweet that tomorrow, bro. Like that was the first thing people started saying was like, "Oh man, but Vernell commits on the 21st. Like, what's going on?" Like I was just like, "Oh no."
Maybe it was like 10
Please
days are coming up. Like
yeah. Please
tomorrow
tell me.
was 10.
Yeah. Please tell me, D Train, this was like a tweet deck tweet. They just went a day early, fam.
So yeah, obviously a lot of potential out there. Still a lot of stuff for us to talk about as we're going forward.
Jaquez Carter too. That's a D tackle I think we need to key in on. And there's another one at Miami Central came in from Canada.
Floyd Bouchard.
Yeah, I need to ask around about him. I don't really know much, but there's a lot of good things happening with Miami Central. In Miami, I'm gonna just say that it's doing really well with obviously EJ and Amari committing there, and we're really in there for other kids, and we're definitely trying to go after some younger kids on that team. It's gonna be really nice if they want to go ahead and take a crack at that kid because the rate review since he's been down here is really well. There's been some guys, a guy who just committed to Penn State, Miami flirted with him for a little bit with Randy. I think when it all comes said and done, come December, the type of lineman, Bouchard could be, I think Canes fans will be really, really intrigued. A lot of teams are going to be really intrigued with that. So hopefully we hear some good news with that.
Good. Hey, see them develop, see how it goes. And for the first in there, you never know. Especially getting these big Canadians down here. Why not? See what the hell happens with it. But so exciting time coming up here for recruiting over these next 10 days or so. We'll see how it goes. Byron Ross bringing up the idea Cam Ward not a top 100 player. He's referring to obviously the rankings of NCAA 25 where he was not listed as a top 20, not top 100 player. Was not a top 10 quarterback either. Some interesting rankings there of the top quarterbacks. But Cam Ward was not given the nod for that either. I have no doubt in my mind he will take it as personal disrespect and it will motivate him to greatness.
Yeah, facts. Like I'm gonna have him thinking about that when I'm putting Poffenbarger in. But yeah, in all seriousness, I really don't. I feel like the ratings are going to be updated weekly, so it'll be fine. It'll correct itself. They did favor like a lot of guys that stuck at the school, like he would be like at the same. You think like the Liberty guy Slater, he's obviously higher than Cam Ward because he was on the list. I think him being in the same system, same school, stuff like that. Maybe helped a little bit, but at the same time, Dillian Gabriel was definitely like, he definitely, this is his third school, and you got him up there, but I get it. He's at Oregon, and they're pretty much going to be really stacked this year.
Yeah. Gabriel's got like 99 awareness or something ridiculous.
It's like 15th year of college football. So.
Yeah, he better be pretty aware of what's going on, right? But yeah, I mean, he's for school technically if you count that he was at UCLA for like 2 classes.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah, I'm not really tripping about it. It is what it is. They're gonna get updated. I was happy X, his top 10 receiver. He hit 90 overall. I was like a little bit because they gave him that 89 speed, but I was like, don't worry, he gonna get that update this year. He gonna crack 90. He'll get that 9-0. That's all we need.
Do you think he took it personally that he got 89 speed?
Nah, I don't think so. I mean, I don't know, bro. If he really, I don't think. I mean, yeah, he probably do got run, but dog, he got a lot of chips on his shoulder already, fam. Like, I don't think he needs any more motivation, bro. To be real with you. Well, I mean, if he does, he do. But I mean, he's definitely been working on his speed. I mean, he's been with this crazy track coach. I mean, bro, some of these drills that X be having to do, bro. I've been training my little brother on the side. A bunch of us and like his little brother Dominic, they're doing a little workout together with the track coach, speed coach he got, man. Jamaican dude, got X running. Yeah, he got him running. He's definitely trying to, because I mean that's gonna help his draft stock. Just being real, that's what he's doing it for, and the ball. But yeah, get that 90. He'll get that 90 once they see him get jiggy one time.
Okay, so about the game, because it is fun to talk about. What do you? I know you mentioned before Road to Glory, Steve-O, but besides Road to Glory for Steve-O and making himself into be a Heisman Trophy winner as a freshman, what are you guys excited about specifically with this game coming up? Because Steve-O, how old are you, Steve-O, when the last game came out?
That came out my junior year. I mean my senior year of high school, 2014, which my senior year, 2013. So I was. That's what 11 years ago. So yeah, I was like 17, 16, and I was wrecking. My favorite thing is the reason why I do Road to Glory is because if I ain't got nobody to play with, like I do the online stuff, and that was always cool and all, but I like to be face to face. Like half my ability is I'm getting in your head. I'm talking cash money. By the first quarter, you're throwing that pick all off frustration, bro. All off frustration, just because I'm all up in your head, bro. Like you is not getting away from it. So it's not the same in the headset. I'm gonna have to be doing Canes fans like that, but I'm excited for my brother to pull up. That thing going on the road. Strap it up, put the seatbelt on. The Xbox is locked in because I will travel, and I take that personally. I will pull up with the system. I ain't gotta play you online. I ain't gotta worry about crossplay. I will pull up. Give me an Addy. And I will pull up because definitely got to talk that.
Steve was going to drive up.
And I don't have to, and not that I did it, but like, bro, like I don't want to slurp, but like, so I would run the Canes on 2014 because you got Ryan Williams and you got Stephen Morris, right? So you have two great options at quarterback. You got Duke at running back. You got a bunch of things going on. You switch it to the Oregon playbook, bro. Oh man, I put up 80, or you put the West Virginia playbook in there. Or even Texas A&M, they had Johnny. Oh, yeah. Ooh, that was stupid. Yeah, I'm putting up 80 with those ones. I might still play 2014. If this game is a letdown, I'm right back to 2014.
All right, Phil, your thing you're most looking forward to?
I mean, I'm pretty much the opposite of Steve-O. I don't want to interact with anybody. I just want to sit in my chair and just play Dynasty mode by myself, unbothered, for hours and hours. But the one thing that I'm looking forward to is probably like the recruiting aspect and it being more, I guess, realistic. I was just reading like that 18,000 word deep dive. So they got very granular with even like not just like pipelines and like where players are from. So like you're going to see more like quarterbacks from Southern California, but it's going to be like the specific type of player. So they said like East Texas is known for their big physical wide receivers. So you're going to see more of that from that area versus South Florida where it's, smaller speedster type. So I think just kind of that recruiting aspect and really, understanding it and, mastering it, there's some, cheat codes in 14 that, probably took advantage of and maybe took away from some of the fun over time. But I think the recruiting aspect and, hopefully I don't know if we talk about online or off air, but it needs to be like in depth and like not complicated, but, in depth and, but it can't be, time consuming where it takes an hour to like recruit every week.
Yeah.
So like, what car do you want to give his mom? Mercedes, Acura, Toyota.
So
just kick his mom's Toyota.
Yeah, whoever you offer Toyota for ain't coming.
So it sounds like they went in depth, but they're also making it simple where you can kind of set what you want to do with that prospect, and you don't have to go back in and like update it every week or anything like that. So hopefully it's a in-depth experience without it taking too much time, which is hard to pull off.
Yeah. Steve, are you a big Dynasty guy?
My dad is. I'm really not. I'm a Road to Glory guy, and like I said, face to face. I just want to talk some ish. Have I played the Dynasty mode? Yeah, and I've done it. But I'm like a mercenary. My dad would be like, "Yo, come do these drills, like kick return and punt return drills." Because bro, I was taking them bit back, bro. Like back then the turbo was unlimited. You feel me? Like, oof. But my dad still played on the PS2 NCAA 09. Like he got like what he'll do is like Bethune-Cookman went on like a 10 natty run, and then he'll go to like Ohio, and then the next thing you know, we put like top 10 teams on the schedule, and we're just going crazy. And then 5 stars off rip. This is how my dad recruits. He goes through and verifies everybody's 40 time. Anybody who runs a 4.2, he's putting all his things on you, bro. I'm talking about quarterback fast as hell, linebackers with 99 speed. Like that's all my dad do.
I like it.
Yeah, I like it too. That's how I've learned to build my rosters. Sacrifice size at some positions, but speed.
Like Cam McCormick's playing right tackle. Just
yeah, but
man.
but if I gotta get him out there in space, I know he got it.
Pulling all day. I do feel the need to point out a comment by one Byron Ross, because it's an important one, and anything we see on here we take for gospel. So it's almost like a legal contract. If Mario gets DJ, Jebry, and Ben Hanks, I will sign up for Canes Connection and give 10% bi-weekly for his W-2 income.
You already signed up for Canes Connection? Come on, fam.
Maybe he is. I feel like 10% bi-weekly from his income, that's a big commitment. So maybe he's a part of it, but not quite going to the level of we're doing this to 10%.
Yeah,
that's significant.
That's
imagine looking at that check and just cutting 10% right off, Steve.
Yeah, bro. Mario like bet. Yeah, we got him. We got him.
It's funny. He's going to recruit them with that money. I have this amount of money coming in.
I got an extra 10% for you, baby. What's up?
Byron's just going to forward this right to you. Just sign that part of the check right over.
Yeah, what's your cash at, fam?
Byron's going to send money.
We're not giving kids cash out, my bad. Yeah.
Every week I see Byron's PayPal going up. Like, what's going on with this thing? His wife, like, what's the problem here? Don't worry about it. I made a deal. But speaking of making a deal, it'd be a great idea to make a deal with the Canes Connection, where you could be united as one with the Miami Hurricanes football program. Pretty good deal. Obviously, we talked about it over and over again, but it's as good of a way to be a part of this process. You want to be a part of 10 Days of Madness? You could sit there at home on your computer, type a bunch of stuff, post on message board, tweet that for your 7 followers or whatever. Or you can go to Canes Connection, actually donate some money to the program that eventually will get in the hands of the players and make them want to play for Miami. So, hey, I mean, there's opportunity here. Opportunity is for you to be present and part of this thing. Or you cannot and just be mad and happy online and to the ether where no one will hear you. Or do the right thing, like Byron's going to do, and donate 50% of his paycheck every week. If we get some good corners on the board, but anyway.
Nah, I'm gonna screenshot that, Byron. I'm putting that online. I'm gonna at Canes Connection. I don't know if I should say this, but I know the dude who runs the social media page for Canes Connection, a close friend of mine. I'm gonna definitely be like, yo, hey, dog, let's get an edit going, bro. Like he said, 10%, bro.
10%.
W2, like there ain't no ducking. Like we could, we got the W2. We can go back and make sure we get that exact 10%. ain't no claiming this, claiming that, bro. Whew.
The judge will
net
income. 10%.
Yeah, 10% net income. We got him.
Anyway.
You know what's funny? I got the most random player in my hand right now. I was looking through all these players. You would never guess who's this.
Hold on. Let me solo you. Hold on. Bacow. Is that Standish Dobard?
Yeah, it is Standish Dobard. You would. Why would I ask the Canes legacy crew, dog? Of course, y'all would know. Most fans would not know Standish Dobard, bro.
How could you not know Standish Dobard? Silly, man. It's silly.
Every time I see 5, I just go to Greg Threat.
What game was Standish Dobard the cover guy for? Like the ticket guy for?
This is Bethune-Cookman, September 5th, 2015.
All right, never mind. That's about right.
Hey, don't say that, man. You see, but that's why I missed the games. Like, you feel me? To give them boys a little love. You feel me? I got Dion Bush back. The Tracy. They started doing them like they got like this one was crazy.
Wait, hold on, Steve. How many do you have in your hand right now? Do you have a bunch of them?
Just 2 right now.
Do you have a bunch of tickets somewhere?
Yeah.
Go get them. Do they all have players on them?
A vast majority of them do.
Go get them right now, Steve. I want to just annihilate. I'm just gonna blast Bill and name the player first. Just want to embarrass Bill real quick because he's looking smug over there with his new PS5. His wife gave him his allowance early, so now he's thinking he's hot shit out here. So we got to make sure we handle it.
Oh, she doesn't know. So I swapped it out. I'm waiting for her to notice, and they had to make it a different color. First of all, it's obnoxious.
Just marker it up.
Jesus.
All right. All right. Here, I'm gonna put Steve. Can I put Steve-O as? Hold on, I want to see if I can make him bigger than us. Oh, here we go. Whoop. All right.
Damn.
Put myself above Bill.
What's going on?
All right, here we go. How's that looking, Steve-O?
Yeah, we'll start off with Broward County's finest, Stacy Coley.
You can't say it, Steve-O.
We're
competing, Steve-O.
Oh, that's the thing? Okay.
Yeah, it's me versus Bill.
I'll shuffle that in there.
I would have had that one too.
You didn't have it.
Yeah, what's those Redmond kids?
1-0 me.
You were like Travis Benjamin.
This one's easy.
Shaq.
Yeah.
That's me. 1-0.
Still at the same time.
DJ.
Yep.
2-0.
Couldn't see that.
Pigney. 3-0.
Dang, you gotta be quicker than that, Bill.
I was just start throwing names out before you even show it.
Yeah, these are not lame tickets, but kind of lame tickets. Ain't got nobody on it. I keep all my tickets. I really have every ticket from every game I've ever been to. This one's an easy one.
Brevin. 4-0.
Damn, hey Bill, you should not have played this shit.
Well, if I'm not participating,
Dion Bush.
I have a choice.
Yep.
5-0. Coley. Oh, it's Tracy.
Mm-hmm.
6-0.
No.
That's good, Bill. That's Bill.
Got him.
6-1.
Got him. 6-2. 6-6.
So Bill tells people his Tinder profile.
This is these are cartoon versions of the characters. Here we go.
Stacy.
Yeah, that's the one I put at the bottom.
Kaya.
That was me.
8-1.
That was me.
Was it you?
No, that was definitely Chris. Yeah, you can't do these other ones. Like this might be the best ticket. I might get this ticket tatted on me. That's the Barrios Notre Dame ticket, but they did
That's
cartoon versions.
I like that one.
Back then. Yeah, bro. Freshman Mike Harley, Virginia Tech game. Yeah, big time.
Those are sweet ones. I like that. I like that style.
You feel me? And we ain't lose a game this year, bro. I can't, bro. And even like this Bethune ticket, bro. I hate fans who don't like going to Bethune Cookman game. That is my favorite game of the year, bro. Everybody I've been talking about to play. I love that game so much. I remember Daryl Langham bombed, bro. Before Daryl Langham did it against Florida State, bro. He looked like receiver one versus Bethune, dog. That boy was balling. I love that boy was just gonna head top somebody, bro. I love these games.
All right, so let's just let the record show. I annihilated Bill like I thought I would. I thought's probably too weak of a word there. And as Devo said, Bill, you shouldn't have agreed to do this game. Like I don't think he ever did. I think he just said we're doing it, and Bill was like, okay. But anyway.
If I just sat there, it'd be poor YouTubing.
Anyway, but I mean that's pretty much gonna do it for us. But one more big piece of information: new uniforms came out. Kind of new, look pretty much like that. Very similar to that. They even had the shoulder numbers up top, like you guys may be used to in the past. Haven't had shoulder numbers for a few years now, but it's pretty much that. So new uniforms, but also kind of not. So
yeah, they're black and orange. Not really much green other than the U on the chest plate and the helmet. I'm a fan of the neon ones. Last year, people didn't like them. I loved them. I thought it was the most unique stuff. Nobody else had one glove, one color, and the cleats the same. Nobody had that. The neon was popping. Look at everybody who's had an official visit who's committed. Look at all the edits we've had. They all had the same jersey on, bro. Like, let's think about it. Hey, these kids like this jersey, which I told you they did. That's huge. But I like this one. Even though fans don't like the green, that there's no green on it, I do think maybe could have added maybe like a little green, but I get it. It's because the orange is popping. There's fans joking that, Damian Martinez is going to get confused what team he's on. He's like, didn't I transfer from Oregon State? That was actually low-key funny. But the numbers are cool. The material's lit. We're like one of the few teams where that Adidas is giving like their best, like to they made not a big deal about it, but we tried them out in spring. You've seen things about it, the material and stuff like that. So it's nice. The Adidas treating us like an A1 school, trying out the best products before they come out. That's the type of love we're supposed to get. And I'm excited. I'm a rock a shirt when they come out. It's really just gonna be black and orange, but I'll rock a shirt when they drop them. I hope we play VTech on Friday night with those because for some reason we're good. I'm comfortable playing Virginia Tech in black jerseys just because, last time we did it, it was a great night, 28-10. I still got the ticket. So I'm confident. I hope we just rock them versus Virginia Tech where I could sleep a little bit and then we roll.
I'm saying like we have. I'm thinking blacks maybe for the Florida State game.
Nah, bro.
Because maybe they're thinking like around Halloween or something.
You think? Nah, bro. You think Mario?
Oh yeah, Mario wouldn't do that. Yeah, maybe Duke. Yeah.
Oh guys, let's. I got a great idea. Let's rock the black jerseys on Halloween. Hell nah, bro. I can't even imagine that.
They'd probably be excited.
Yeah, I can't think that. I'm pretty sure we're going to be wearing orange over white versus Florida State. Like you could pencil that in right now. If anything, you might get lucky with a green over white, my boy. But like I'm telling you right now, dog, that's going to be that's a home game too. Yeah, that's definitely orange over white, fam. Probably that's like a 99.9 percentile chance of happening.
Portnox said, "Do you guys like the black alternates or smoke gray ones?" I'll go to Bill on this because I think we've proven historically that Steve-O's opinion on the other jerseys they've had is horrible. So I don't think we can really go to Steve-O on this one. Steve-O speaks from a world that I've never been to when it comes to like the uniforms. Steve-O still wears his jersey with like the one sleeve is a different color. Steve-O wears that one around.
Then we would get that Waffle House sleeve.
So, Bill, what do you think? The black ones or the old smoke gray ones? Which
is
like the Duke year.
The current black ones that just came out today, I'm not a fan of. I don't think there's anything really special or unique about them. Last year's Miami Knights ones were cool. It was different, right?
Yeah,
that was very Miami. So no, if I had my choice, I'll go with the smoke gray ones. I think the the ones we have now, it looks like who's it, Oklahoma State, Tennessee, pretty much everyone that does a black uniform that has orange in their color. But overall, and I normally don't have opinions on uniforms, but the ones we have now are simple, clean. You can't hate them. I don't think you can necessarily love them, but I do like them.
Do you like going away from the Miami numbers and doing the more traditional college numbers? Like that bothers me a little bit. Not that doesn't make the uniform bad. It's because it's the classics, whatever. But I like the Miami numbers. I don't know.
I don't think it makes a huge difference for me. I posted this on the board and I kind of got some negative reactions, but basically if you wear uniforms and you win in them, people are going to like them. If you don't, you're really not. Talking about like your normal uniforms, I understand the alternatives, whatever, but if I said, what's your favorite uniform? You're probably thinking, 2001. That's because we won a natty. If we would have won a natty when we wore those dumb feather ones, people would probably love them.
Yeah.
There's a psychological aspect to that. But
well, these are pretty. These are pretty uniforms. I do like these.
Like if we didn't lose to Cincinnati in those ice white uniforms that everybody hates, but them things was so fresh.
They were the worst.
Bro, the ice ones.
It's
like my favorite Gatorade color, bro.
I couldn't even read the numbers. Like everything was silver for no reason. He couldn't read the numbers. Like couldn't do anything. Horrible. Anyway, did you like the all white ones or the equal thing where it was just like the same thing but all black?
Nah, the all white ones are clean. Because we have the best arm sleeves in college football, the all white with the U at the bottom.
Mm-hmm. All right, that's another. I guess it's a one thing Steve and I have to disagree on. That's that one. We go back to disagreeing with Bill from here on out. But that'll do it for us here. We have a lot of guys that are on the docket for potentially committing here in the next week or so, the next 10 days of madness. So pay attention to that. It's certainly an opportunity for Miami to continue this momentum that they've been on heading here into the dog days of summer. For you expect from us coming back every week, giving you some good stuff. And at some point, the all-time Miami Hurricanes draft, we'll get it going. Third year in a row planning this thing. So hopefully it'll happen and be decent. But before we say goodbye, Bill, final thoughts for the people.
Yeah, it's kind of. I mean, I know we missed some shows, so time flies. But we're already basically mid July, so camp's not too far off. Excited for the season. Excited for this recruiting. Dennis Smith just tweeting stuff out about sleeping with one eye open. So it sounds like he's very confident. So we like that. Should be good.
Confidence is good. Steve-O, final thoughts for the people.
I'm big vibing. I think 10 Days of Madness is going to be fortuitous for the Hurricanes because even if you miss on some of these guys, we're in it for like legit double-digit blue chippers, that are going to be coming off the board here by end of August. So if you miss 50% and land 50% of that, I mean, Jesus, you already have a 17 commitments in a class that is holding its own versus classes above it with 5-6 more kids in it.
Right.
So definitely think it's going to be fortuitous. I can't wait to be real with you. I definitely think by next time that we talk, we might be either heartbroken or going on a run because I do think if Pickett picks us, we'll go on that run. I would just think it's just the football god saying, okay, Mario, just go ahead and do it, bro. You know what I'm saying? If that happens. So, I'm very excited. I'm very optimistic. I know one or two, gets or misses isn't going to, make the class because it's already really good foundation. But, man, I'm feeling hella greedy. I want all these guys that we're in the mood for. Bill put a thing in here. I mean, Jaquez Carter, D-tackle 4-star out of Georgia, July 18th. I really want him. I hope the staff, continues. Everybody's saying we're leading for that. We never know how that goes. Really behind closed doors. Hopefully that's true. Cortez Smith, the offensive lineman up there that we were talking about, he's big. I want him. Even though we got 5 already committed. I mean, dog, you do not tell people like that, sit, leave, because we have a couple of tackle prospects in that class as well, in our class. So get a couple more interior guys and let them battle out for center. Jabari, I'm super excited to see him on the 20th, because it's either we troll in Florida State forever or they're going to, have their day. And then we move on. Vernell, I just hope Dennis tweets tomorrow another 10-day madness. Like 10-day madness starts today. I just hope I wake up and I see that tweet. Actually, I hope I see that tweet before I go to sleep at like 12:01 a.m. Just be like, haha, psych, 10 days of madness starts now. Like, please. Because I'll be interested to see that.
Oh, Steve, a little compliment for your polo shirt there, too. Poor Knox feeling that polo, Steve. It looks like the Columbia shirt from Canes.
Yeah, this the coaching shirt. This is what you see Mario on the sideline with that look in his eye. You feel me? Yeah, no, this is definitely shout out to Canes wear for this one.
Steve, are you gonna wear it while you're playing NCAA against like one of our viewers?
Nah, I'm a just rock a regular one. This is usually my game, like my review shirt, like for games. Like I never really wear this one. But
if you play Bill live and we record it and do the whole thing,
I'm gonna have a do-rag on, no shirt, and some pajamas on. I'm gonna be talking hella ish in my element.
That would be my outfit too.
You know what I mean? You see, you're more than welcome, fam. And then you feel where I'm talking cash money. I'm talking cash money.
I don't think I've looked forward to anything as much as I look forward to this. It's gonna be great. All right, but on that wonderful note, we'll cut it off there. Thank you guys for joining us here on a Wednesday night for 3 Live Canes. Make sure you guys go to canesconnection.com, support Miami Hurricanes football program. Appreciate it. Shout out to D-Money, all the guys over at CanesInSight for allowing us to do what we do here on the site. Go to CanesInSight, go to the message board, post, do all that kind of fun stuff. Go in the countdown thread. And we post our tweets in there. Then it kind of goes haywire, so watch out for that. But we appreciate all the guys and everything that they do over there. We'll be back here next week, Wednesday night, same time, right here on CanesInSight, with hopefully some more commitments to talk about as part of this 10 Days of Madness, including, DJ's committing on the 17th. So that's exactly 1 week from today. So we'll see how that goes, hopefully with some good news for you. So for Bill and Steve-O, I am Chris. Have a good night. We'll see you again next week right here on 3 Live Canes.
This is for the national championship for Nebraska.
He's a stud, that Brown, number 98.
Irvin's got it. Irvin's free. Slips to the outside, tries to stiff arm, but he couldn't get by Ray Lewis.
Big time players. Step up in big game.